Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's go van camping. My name is Cynthia. Thank you for joining me today. I want to make clear first of all that I am not a full-time or even a part-time van dweller. Right now is so that I can go on little trips and just get out more. I work full-time. I'm a full-time nurse case manager, and I work 3 12-hour shifts a week, and that gives me 4 days to play. And for the last 2 years, when I started working this shift, I'm home a lot. A lot of the time, most of the time, I'm home, and it's like, you know what? I need to get out more. Like, where do I go? Whatever. And so I started watching like the van dwelling and just camper life and all that, because my husband and I had been talking about and seriously consider getting a camper trailer. We didn't have the vehicles to do that right now. Well, we do now, as of yesterday, because he got himself a little truck. But we didn't really have the means to be able to do that. When I say means, I don't mean financially necessarily. It's more of, we'll probably have to get a trailer, like something to tow versus something to live in. Versus like a Class B or a Class C. And we had looked at that, and definitely not a Class A. I'm sorry. They're beautiful. They're big. It's too much for us. And we've looked at Class Bs, and we've looked at the camper van build outs and all sort of stuff. Matter of fact, I came very close to purchasing one a few weeks ago, and it was on a ProMaster. Someone had built it out, and I drove it, and it just didn't feel comfortable to me. It felt very heavy. Like, there's a lot of wood in it. Felt heavy. It only had 20,000 miles on it, and I mean, they wanted a good price for it. It was like 20,000 miles, and they wanted $60,000. With the one thing they didn't have, which I'm like, I would need to at least have a backup camera. Although I did back it in and parked it better than the owner did. You drive while U-Haul once or twice, you kind of get the hang of it, being able to back up without a rear view mirror. But anyway, but it just was like, you know what? No, this is not the right purchase. And plus, not only that, if I drove it, I would probably have to drive it all the time, like to and from work. And I really didn't want to do that either, because I did not want to have a mortgage, a car payment, and a payment plan for the camper van as well. No, thank you. So at the same time, I had been looking at a van that I can convert into a little camper van and convert it back if I need to, because I certainly don't want to. So I went to my Honda dealership, because that's where I had a Honda Civic, a 2021, and they had a black Odyssey 2018, had, I think it's 80,000 miles on it. Enough bells and whistles on it. And Hondas are very reliable, very reliable. If you take care of your car, which I do take care of my vehicles, they can last hundreds of thousands of miles. I will say, and when I get around to showing you my non-build little conversion so far, taking the seats out is a little problematic. I know that people with older Odysseys have removed all of their seats and things like that, and that's great. And someday, when I'm not making payments on it, I will do that. But right now, I'm not going to do that. So we did take out the middle row seats, all 3 of them. This one seats 8 people. So driver, passenger, and 2 rows of seats in the back. So we took out all the seats in the middle, and we folded down the back row. And so you're still left with I don't know what you call it, the brackets, I guess, for the middle row. And everything's just kind of like hard build to the car. So I would have to get it sawed off and all that. So I'm not there. I'm not there yet to do that to the van. Plus, if I did need to have like another passenger besides my husband, like when I go up to New York and I need to take my daughter and her 2 kids somewhere, she doesn't drive, I would need somewhere for them to be able to sit and be strapped in. So for that reason, at this time, I'm not destructing the van. Although I can't wait to do it, quite frankly. I'm going to be honest. So anyway, I digress. I went down a rabbit hole a little bit. Sorry about that. But ultimately, it's just like I want to be able to start going some places, like to go visit my daughters. They don't live in New York City. They live, it's not rural, but they live upstate area. And I want to be able to go there and not have to pay $100-something a night for a decent hotel or risk staying in a roach motel. No, thank you. So at least if I go up there, I know where it's safe to park and where it's not, because I'm from that area. So I was like, you know what? I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to go to the state parks of the state that I live in and go camping there and just hang out there, like do my form of camping. We have a tent that can go on the back of the van that gives us a little bit extra space without sleeping on the ground, and things like that. Just kind of get out and go. I'm pretty sure we'll be taking quite a few trips without my husband because of his work schedule, but we can plan to take trips and like go together, which is great. So we did have our first little camping experience about 2 weeks ago. We went to the RV Expo in Virginia, and we actually stayed at a Cracker Barrel. Now I know there are some Cracker Barrels that do not allow overnight stay in their parking lot, so I did call ahead. I found out where the expo was, and I found the closest Cracker Barrel there, and I called them and asked them if they allow overnight parking in their lot, and they said yes, as long as you don't block the dumpsters and the entrance, which was no problem. We got there was actually 2 camper vans there, 2 people sleeping. We got there really late because I had to work, and we left after I got off of work. And it took a minute at first to get to sleep. It was our first time, and it happened to be on a rather windy and cold night. But with the 2 of us next to each other, and none of my camping stuff that I ordered came in. None of it. So it's okay, because I ordered it, and it was like a few days later we did the camping thing, so it was okay. We took what we had from home, and we had a plan. Like, we showered the night before we left, so we were like clean, and then there's a Planet Fitness. Come to find out, that was not too far by, close to where we were, but we didn't really plan to do that. Go to the Planet Fitness and shower. I had upgraded my Planet Fitness plan I already had to go shopping. Yep, go work out, shower wherever I want to, and have a guest, which would be my husband. So that worked out. And I take that back. Something did come in. I had ordered a portable, like, female and male can use it too, urinal system, where it collects the urine in a bottle. I'll show you when I get there to that point. And the reason why I ordered that and was grateful that it came in so quickly was because I do take a diuretic, and without fail, I am up like between 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning because I got to pee. So I was not trying to, like, let's go find a gas station so I can go to the bathroom or whatever. Some Planet Fitness are open 24 hours. I think the one near us was, but that was still like about a mile or 2 down the road. So I'm like, forget that. If I got to pee in the middle of the night, I want to be able to do it in the safety of my van. So I got that. It worked. It was a little awkward at first, but hey, it did the job, and I am forever grateful that I have that thing. I'm glad I spent my little $15, $17 or whatever it was on Amazon for it. But would I go full-time van life? I can't say that I never would, but being married, I don't think so, because I like my husband and he likes me, and to do this full-time in a van, I think would be tiresome. I think it would be difficult for us to do it. So right now we're van camping for like little excursions, going to campsites and enjoying that. Will we boondock? Well, I guess so, because we boondocked at Cracker Barrel. I mean, if I'm with my husband, I probably would do a Walmart. Whether I'm with him or not, I probably would do a Walmart. But I don't want to take chances in like boondock somewhere that I might get in trouble, or like be like, hey, are you sleeping in there? And like, time to move on. Like, I don't want to run into that situation, especially if I'm by myself. So for now, it's gonna be like campsites. Like I said, I could do a Cracker Barrel, and maybe a Walmart. But unless yeah. And let's say I know that there's some land where it's like it's okay to do, like the BML lands, Bureau of Land Management, BLM land. Yeah. So when I find out where those are, I could probably do that too. I'm sure I would. But yeah. But just to park up on anybody's street and boondock, I don't know. I'm in a van, so I could probably get away with it for a little bit. So let me pause my video, and I'm going to get to the back and turn some lights on. It's actually warm today. It is truly spring. I'm so happy. Spring is my favorite time of year. And I'm at a local park in the city that I live in. But it's windy outside, so that's why I'm inside. And I have my van running with the air on because it will get hot really quick. All right. Gonna put you on pause. Okay. I am in the back of my van now. I put my lights on so you can see. So I'm going to turn my camera around here. Okay. Oh, that was my fingers. So I did invest in the WeatherTech window coverings. But as you can see, and these are supposed to be specific for changing positions, this van. But not everything is perfect just because it's expensive. But that's okay. It's doing the job. So I have the silver side on the inside and the black side facing outward. I put them up about several days ago, I guess, because I just wanted to get used to just keeping them in the windows. I don't want to keep taking them down and out. Although when it gets really, really hot outside, I probably will flip them over just to reflect the heat from the car. That's a jacket that's hanging up for if it gets chilly. And I also have the front window and side passenger and driver window as well. I have to fix my curtain rod. This is kind of a problem. It is really difficult to keep my rod up because there's really not a good place to hang it up. So what I did, and I just have to fix the other side, I crochet and knit. And if you crochet and knit, you'll understand what I mean by blocking. So basically what I have here are these blocking pins. It's a blocking pin. This is what sorry, that's my black curtain. Terrible at this, good grief. So it's a blocking pin. They come in a couple of different sizes. Oh, I'm gonna get one of these out of here. Anyway, okay, so it's got these little pointy ends so you can hold down your fabric. And I have a lot of them. I have, I don't know, like 4 packs of that. So for the moment, what I did was I just, I had some temporary fabric when my husband and I did our little campy expedition, whatever. And I just cut the material that I used to have while I was waiting for these heavy blackout curtains to come in, which I put through an adjustable pole, and I thought I had it adjusted, but apparently not. So anyway, so I made a loop from the material and basically tacked it up there with that pin, and I had one on the other side, but as you can see, it fell down. I got a lot of my stuff, I can turn the camera. I got a lot of my stuff from Walmart, probably Walmart and Amazon. And WeatherTech, like I said, for the covers. There are a lot of people out there who are crafty and patient enough to make their own covers, and I think that's great. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. If I had the patience and the talent and the skill to do it, I probably would have done the same, but I didn't. So the other thing I did get, so when I just leave in here, is and I got this from Walmart. Let me turn my camera around. So I got oversized cool weather sleeping bags. I got 2 of them. This is the Ozark Trail brand, and this is keeps you comfort rating to 30 degrees, which is nice. So I got me one and one for my husband. Another thing I got, and that's just some water there, some bottled water. I actually got this from, Amazon. So what it is a net. And ideally, and we did have it up, you hook it to the, these things here. So you have to have 4 of them. So I have 1 on each side. This is by the back doors, and then the front, the passenger side and the driver's side. And these straps loop through and you tighten them down. And so this kind of goes up on the roof. And you can put your clothes in here, towels in there, whatever. And then there's even more space that you can put, I don't know, whatever. Some people put their, on the video on Amazon, they had the person doing the demonstration, I think, put their window coverings there. Let's see. What else? So, if I didn't mention it before, this is just the beginning stages. And I don't even have all my stuff in here because I'm still building out. I had got a 5-gallon water tank that can, just use it as a spout. I gotta wash that though. That's my work bag. Yeah. So I don't have a lot of stuff in here right now. Some stuff I did put in here. So I had got this caddy. It's an organizer, and it has actually 4. Ugh. Come on. Let go. Oh, that's funny. Okay, anyway. It has 4 little... God. There. Okay. It has 4 little cubbies. And it holds quite a bit. So I'll start on the bottom. On the bottom is where I have what I call like my bathroom stuff. And so my bathroom will probably... This is where I had it. This bag wasn't here. I'm switching job sites, so never mind that. But my bathroom will probably be over behind the passenger seat. Sorry, I keep putting my fingers in the way. Should have brought my selfie stick. Anyway, so I have like a roll of toilet paper in here. In this container is some kitty litter. And this is just some scented like garbage bags. And I also got a collapsible toilet, a collapsible toilet, and these bags came in it. That is for emergencies if I have to do number 2s. So that's what the kitty litter and all of that stuff is for. So you go, do your beeswax, and get rid of it. Then my next section here is like part of my kitchen. I have a couple of, couldn't decide, honestly, y'all. I was going back and forth. So I have the Stanley 2-cup cook set, which is nice. And then I got that from Amazon. And I also got, I'm trying to remember if I got this from Amazon or, I think I got this from Amazon also. It's another cook set. This is a problem when you're starting out, and I watch a lot of videos. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And then I've sent so much stuff back, it's ridiculous. I can't see the name of it with this mesh on. But basically, it's a little bit of a wider pot. It's another little cook set. Got some scissors in here. And it's nice because they fit right in there. So this thing that you saw me move out, I don't know where the lid is. But this cup, this is an electric cup that you can put into your 12 volt and you can boil water. This is before I found my tea kettle. And this is why I keep sending stuff back. And I have to find the lid to this now because it's not on there. I'll find it. All right, anyway, moving on. So I found these cute little reusable plastic, I'll do this with one hand, utensil sets. It's so cute. It has spoon, fork, chopsticks in each case, and a knife, a little plastic knife. They come in their own little case, and it came with 4 different colors. I did get this from Amazon. Oh, this is when we need to sprout another arm, one to hold the camera. This is a measuring spoon. I had got this a while ago before I even thought about getting a van, but it has teaspoons on, come on, focus, teaspoons on one side and tablespoon and, you know, measurements up to a tablespoon on the other side. So that's pretty cool. I have bought 2 of them, so I'll leave one in here now. And then I have more of the utensil sets. I also have a box of gloves and a little flashlight right there. Here's some instant coffee. Taster's Choice. That's all they make is instant coffee, and they're the best. Some micro minute wipes that need to be hydrated. And this is my what do you call it? The thing to help get the moisture out of the air. I had got like a lot, like 3 boxes of them, which was probably a little bit of overkill, but that's okay. So I got some tissue, a power cord, which I think that goes to the cup actually. Let me just put that in there just so it's with it. And so this little thing I haven't put together, but I'm gonna tell you what it is. So sometimes people find themselves cooking in their van. I have not had that experience yet. I'm sure it's coming. And I do have a Coleman's stove. I don't have that in here yet. And I also have, in this little pot set here also comes with one of those little burner things. So if it's a rainy day out and you don't want to be outside cooking, which I don't blame you, you can actually, if you have a setup, which I'm still working on, and you can have it's like a frame, it's a metal frame that you put around your stove so that, let's talk to the camera. Okay, there. So it's a metal frame that you can put around your stove so that it just it prevents things from splashing if you're frying food and you have grease popping everywhere. And it also acts as a barrier between, say, your curtain and your flames. Okay? Safety first. Speaking of flames, I also have my fire extinguisher. I got this from Walmart. Oh, look. Look what I found. my other little holder. I gotta fix that thing. Let me put this somewhere because I don't want to... Ouch. Yeah, that's what I didn't want to happen. Get stuck with that. Okay. So, the other thing I got, this came in today. I had washed it. It's a collapsible sink with a drain spout. So I have a couple of sinks. I know this is overkill. I'm going to hear it. I know I am. It's okay. I never said I was a minimalist. I brought some stuff in from the outside. This one is another sink. So my thought was, I have a sink, because in the video, like you watched the demonstration, the one with the spout, the person was like washing fruits and vegetables. I'm like, that's a great idea. And then you could just drain the water and leave your food in the bucket. So that's why I thought that's good. I have one for food. And then this one is one without a drain, and that's okay. And this one can be for my dishes. One of these came with that handy little dishcloth that needs to dry now. Let's hang you up. And then I have an electric kettle. I had to try it out. I had to try everything out at home. It's also 12 volt, so it can plug into your vehicle. The Odyssey has two 12 volt plugs that give off 180 watts, if I'm saying that right. Yeah, 180 watt 12 volt, and that is I believe it's 150, so that will work. And let's see, I got some utensils. Oh, here's the lid. Here's the lid to this cup. So I still have the box at home, so I think I'm going to return this because I really don't think I need it. I only used it just to test it out and see if it worked with and so when I say I test things out, you're like, how in the world did you test that out? I don't have them in here because I don't need them today, but I do have two Jackeries. I have a 1,000 watt and a 300 watt Jackery separately, and 200 watt solar panels that are just not in here. Yep. But I tested them out at home to see how to see if it truly works. This cup, they tell you it takes 30 minutes, and they were right. It takes 30 minutes. I actually didn't time the kettle, but it worked. So let's see what else. I'm gonna have to redo this. Okay, so this thing that okay, fine. So I'm actually sitting on this nice little Japanese futon. Oh, that's nice and wet now. Oh, great. Oh, I don't know where all that water came from. Okay, great. So anyway, actually we slept on this. It was pretty comfortable. Underneath of this is actually kind of heavy. So my husband went and got 2x4. No, not 2x4. I'm sorry. He got a sheet of plywood, like the standard, I think it's 4x6 plywood. And while we were at, where did we go? Home Depot? I think it was Home Depot. And we had them go ahead and like cut it, because I was like, before we left, it's like, wouldn't it make it easier if you just had them like cut it while we're here? So we had the man cut it in half, like we had the measurements, and so he cut it for us. And I had ordered these really big foam mats. They're like 24 by 24, and then it comes with also some edging pieces, so that's on top. And so this is to cover the hardware. Like, here's the frame of the adjustable thing for the seat, the middle seat, to go back and forth in the Honda Odyssey. If you have a Honda Odyssey with a middle seat that slides back and forth, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm sorry. And then we had this Japanese futon on top of that. So it worked for us for the night. What I don't like about it is it's going to be kind of hard to move things out of the way, I think, or just cumbersome. I just have to practice, I guess. I don't know. But that's what I got right now. And then I got some water down here, my water bottles, some water bottles I had filled up. We had used this one already from the store, so I put tap water in here, and I just wrote tap water on it. That'll be like for washing up and washing dishes, things like that. And then we have the other water for drinking, because we have a filter in our refrigerator, so I filled it up with our filtered water, or my water bottles. Oh, and I broke one too. I was so annoyed. Well, this before I had it sitting in this bucket here, which was gonna be my sink, and we had made a stop, and they weren't like tied down, and it rolled all over the place. And I opened the back of the trunk when we made a stop somewhere, and it came flying out, and it was hot water in it too. I was like, oh crap, and it broke. So, oh well. Oh, so here we go. This is clean. I washed it out and everything, but this is my little urinal system. Let me tell you, I was so glad I got this. So it comes in a couple of different parts, a couple of pieces, but it's really easy. to use. Oh, so sorry. Come on, let go. All right. So how this works. Okay, try to do this with one hand, so it's going to be interesting. This comes off, and again, this is washed and clean. You can cut and adjust this hose. I didn't, but it can be done. So I just attach this on here. With two hands, I can get it on there. It's like screwed on. Actually, just do it this way. There we go. Okay. And this can just sit back in the little holding bag. This here oh, word. Okay. So this part is what goes against your body. Okay. You might want to put it, the sides are almost even, but there's actually one that goes up a little bit higher. Where the handle is, it's a little bit higher. And you just make sure, I had it like flushed against my body, and I have a, what you call like a pee pad on the floor. I was able to, like, because I'm pretty limber, especially after losing my weight. Well, first I was trying to like do it in a squat, but because my legs are very long, I'm 5'9", and I have more long legs than I have torso. It was a little awkward. So I managed to like kind of get on my knees, and still with having the pad under me. And first I had to like try to relax and like, it's okay, like you can pee, because I think my body was like, you can't pee yet. Like, you're not on a toilet or something. So anyway, I went, and it went into the bucket. It was no problems, no issues. And then I just closed the lid when I was done. And, you know, I hold it up, make sure all the pee gets out of the tubing and down into the reservoir down here. So that's what you can, like I said, you can. I probably will at some point cut this, just so it's just not so darn long, because it doesn't need to be that long. And then I just held on to it, and as soon as I could get it to a place where I can go and dump it, that's exactly what I did. I rinsed it out, and that was that. So I just leave that in here with your shoes. So how much time? Yeah. So yeah, so that's my van's a little messy, and it's not even that much in here. So that's the other thing too. Like, just I know, like, living in a van could be very messy, and just traveling in a van could be very messy too. So I'm trying to be mindful of all the stuff that I think I need in here versus things I don't. So when I'm not traveling, I don't bring, like I said, I have the camper stove, I have some other stuff, and it's just not in here right now. I know me though, like once I get it in here, if I get it in a setup that I like it, I'm gonna leave it until, my husband doesn't know this, but if he sees this video, he's about to find out, until I get my camper kit. So we were looking at one that was really nice, and it was specific to the Honda Odyssey, but it's like $6,000, and I'm like, I like it, but because we just purchased a Coleman refrigerator cooler, and it's 150 watts, and it's a 12 volt 150 watts, so I can plug it into the car or into one of well, my bigger Jackery, my 1,000 watt Jackery. I can plug it into that. And what else? I have sinks now, so it's like I don't need those extra parts, and it's really neat because it definitely allows you to use the back seats. They would have to be up, and how the bed is structured, it looks like it just works. So, but it's $6,000. So there was a kit that I was looking at, and we were looking at it. It was kind of late one night, and he's like, but the bed is only like 5 feet, and we both are tall. So I mean, like I said, I'm 5'9", and he's says he's 6 feet. He's like 5'11". It's okay. But the bed, actually, you can order for a 6-foot length bed. So I ordered that, and it comes with like 2 shelves where you can like kind of like store stuff. I don't know that I'll need 2 shelves, but the bed expands, and that was the important thing. So if I don't need a full bed when I'm traveling solo, then I don't have to have the full bed out. I don't know if it'll get here before my trip to New York or not. If not, it's okay. But then when we are traveling together, I can pull it out to a full-size bed. So we'll see. There will be more to come. You guys will hear more about my adventures. And I do apologize for the craziness of my video and my finger getting all in my camera's way and all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry. Show some forgiveness to me, please, and thank you. And as I update things, I will update you. And our next adventure is coming up soon. We are going to one of Virginia campsites, and I can't wait. It'll be my first real camping experience. Well, real in a van with a tent. Yeah. Okay. Peace out. Happy trails to everyone, and stay safe. Bye.